Almost every Shopify store has problems with properly indexing their pages, which is hurting their rankings, and most store owners have no idea it's happening. Today, I'll show you how to use a simple yet powerful search operator, as well as many advanced variations of it that reveal exactly which of your site's pages Google can and can't see. The best part is, you don't need any fancy tools for this, and you can run all the checks for free in just a few minutes. Let's jump right in. Okay, so what is indexing anyways? And when we refer to indexing in terms of SEO, basically just means that Google, most importantly, or other search engines too, have found your site, crawled it, and added it to their database. That's what the index is, kind of like their register or database of different pages. And indexing occurs on a page level, not domain wide. So it's not just like every page on your site just automatically indexed. This happens like page by page. If each URL gets indexed or not. And indexing is important because it's really step zero. Like if a page isn't indexed, it can't show up in search results. That's why you really want to make sure that the most important pages show up. And if your pages aren't even indexed, like they can't show up. So no matter how well optimized your pages are, how many backlinks they have, if it's not indexed, it's not going to show up in search results. So that's why, this is kind of like step zero and most important in terms of technical SEO, just to make sure, first of all, like your site's indexed in general, and then the most important pages are indexed, and the pages that you don't want, low quality, thin, duplicate pages, are not indexed. So and I guess just to mention quickly, so what we're going to be going over today, like this entire kind of presentation is from my like Shopify technical SEO training guide, like 90-page guide, all about technical SEO for Shopify. So it's just a small section of it. You can download the full training in the description below. So here, Google indexing checks. And what we're going to be going over today is just known as like the site colon kind of search operator. So what you can do, if you're not aware, you can basically search Google's index of your site just by doing site and then whatever. Here, I'll just use Gymshark, since that's kind of a common example that I have kind of used throughout. So if you just do a search for your own store, site, colon, your domain, you can just see all the pages that are indexed in Google. It's simple as that, really. So that's just like the general, like overall check. And as we get deeper, you'll see why like this check is really kind of the Swiss Army knife of technical SEO. So there are lots of variations that we can add to it. This is just like the general check, but there are a lot of ways that we can manipulate this to see, to filter basically, to see exactly what we want. So this is just kind of overall check. And of course, so if you're using Shopify, just by default, your main pages like will all be indexed, but still this is kind of a good sanity check. And just wanted to show how you can kind of narrow this search down, because if you just do the general site colon, this shows everything. And since Shopify has such structured URLs, which is kind of, a lot of people see that as a limitation, but it's also just helps kind of with analyzing, doing any technical work, SEO work for your site. It's easy to just filter out all the collection product pages just because how the URLs are structured here. So obviously homepage like should be the first thing that shows up here. Well, since they have different countries set up, like it's maybe a bit different. So, but in general, you want your homepage should be the first search result here. So you can just see here. And now if we want to start narrowing this down, so with Shopify, we want to just see the collection pages. And really, if you want to just filter by any type, like any URL, or as any kind of variations in the URL, you can just do in URL colon and then type whatever kind of string you're searching for. So here we can search, and now you'll see everything's filtered down. And if you look at any of these URLs here, the bottom left, you'll see they all contain collections. So it's just very key, extra kind of advanced search filter here. So just in URL and then search for whatever it is you want. So collections, simple enough just to see the collections overall. And you do need to check that when you do use these sort of queries, that everything is typed in correctly, because it can be very picky, kind of finicky based on what you type. So if you just do collection, sometimes you'll see other articles or other pages show up. So here, like if you're actually trying to find like the collection pages, which all have like slash collections in them, if you just do the collection, you'll see that this one, yeah, just contains collection. So yeah, you really want to make sure that you have everything um, done. So basically, if you're seeing results that you don't think you should, like just play with the search that you do a little bit, make sure yeah, you're getting what you want. So yeah, that's how we can see collections. So yeah, just an example here. Same thing, products. So simple enough, just change collections to products. And yeah, of course, like I mentioned, need to spell that right. So now you'll see all the URLs that have products in them. And you can see too, so you can see there's collections and products. So this URL, this page has both collections and products. So if you want to see, yeah, just real quickly, if you want to hide, yeah, add kind of an extra filter to hide certain things. So say if I don't want it, I want to see the only actual collection or only product pages. And you see this one, it's like a collection that has all the products here. So that's not, yeah, what we mean. If you just do add a minus here in front of the same sort of thing. So you can do, basically this is like every page on Gymshark that's indexed that includes products in the URL and doesn't include, say, collections. Now we can just filter this out, prove you're not a robot if it keeps asking you like it always asks me. And yeah, now you'll see these, okay, now these are like actual product pages here. And yes, it's just one way to narrow things down even more. But yeah, kind of getting ahead of myself here. But yeah, I just wanted to show that real quickly. So show all the products, blogs as well. And I need to learn to type again. So yeah, blogs, pretty much not much going on, which is interesting. And then the other type is just kind of general pages, which yeah, usually be used for like contact about, shipping policy, pages like that. Will show up under pages. So this is how you can see which ones are actually published or not. And yeah, that's just kind of the general check of how you can just filter this down to see what's going on like the different kind of page type. Okay, and what we really want to get into in this video is going over checking which pages are indexed that shouldn't be. So that's usually what happens because, yeah, Shopify is just how everything's set up. There are a lot of pages that are created automatically, which you don't really want to have. Like, there's no really technical benefit for them, but they're there if you don't do anything about it. So this is what we really care about here. Just making sure that we're no indexing these kind of low value pages that, yeah, we don't want to show up in Google. And yeah, here's just a few reasons that we would want these pages removed. So if they're duplicate content, so it's kind of like can be duplicate product pages, like the different product variants, collection pages. There can be multiple ones of those set up if you don't do anything about it. Okay, yeah, and also these like low value pages, so like tag pages and just thin content. So pages that don't have any content on them, like don't provide much value, and yeah, you just don't want people from search engines like to find those pages. They're not really optimized for keywords or anything. So these are the main reasons why you would want to remove pages from Google Index. And yeah, of course, before you do anything here, like getting crazy about no indexing, just getting real strict about cleaning up your site, optimizing your crawl budget, or whatever. Just make sure that these pages aren't actually getting any traffic, because even though, like in theory, maybe the best setup, like okay, we shouldn't have indexed these in the first place, but these pages can still get traffic. So kind of, yeah, the blog posts or like category pages may be getting traffic already. So just double check that, yeah, you're not already getting traffic to them. So you might just hurt yourself thinking you're doing the right thing when really, yeah, you could have just left it, since maybe it's not ideal or the optimal technical setup or something. But if it's working, yeah, just leave it. So always double check that. And yeah, as we get into these main checks, so here's a quick one just to see So we really the thing here, we want all of our pages to be secured. So like SSL, like have the little OS here doesn't show up in this browser, but the little like keypad or the lock icon to make sure that everything is secure. So as an e-commerce store, yeah, you don't want to have any of those like notifications that show up like, oh, this you're about to go to an unsecure site or anything. So yeah, first check, just making sure that you can just add this like minus in URL. So basically just removing from the search any URL that doesn't contain HTTPS. So because if you just do like in URL HTTP, like every URL is going to have that. So that's why we need to remove that. You can see there's already some results showing up. So here, so anything that doesn't include HTTPS, and you can see there's actually a decent amount of these pages showing up, like which is surprising for such a big store. We can see this redirects. So yeah, maybe it's just something's going on here, but something to watch out for that could be something you want to get fixed. And sometimes like images or different files can be indexed like this that aren't secured. So just a good kind of sanity check, like make sure just kind of like for security, like give confidence to people finding your site. This is why this check is important. And I know we want to check out on site with SSL issues, just reduces trust there. So yeah. And one thing I wanted to note, so in this training, I go over like it includes like how to do the checks and then also how to fix it. So how, if you want to no index those pages, if you have these sort of errors of like the actual how-tos of how to fix that. But in terms of this video, I'm just going to be going over the different checks that you can do. And I'll probably make a different like smaller video for each of these individual checks, going through the full process, like for each one, like optimizing your theme files. So stay on topic here. So another one, so checking if collection tag pages. So these get created. Yeah, we're trying to like organize your products and collections and everything in the back end. These sort of pages get created, and why we don't want them is they are carbon copies of our main collection pages. So basically the same thing, except less optimized. And so we don't want that to happen because Google can get confused if you have like duplicate content, like which one's the real one. And basically you'll just be taken away from the ranking power of your main collection page if you have any of these indexed. So yeah, if I just update our search here, we can see if any of these apply. So you can see, they've done a good job here moving that. But as you can see in the screenshot, there's an example of site that has these sort of tag pages indexed. And maybe I can just replicate that to see, maybe show an example of why we don't want those. So it's just like a tag page. And really what happens is you have like your collections and then the collection name. And then there's this extra, this is like the actual tag here into the end of it. So if I just open up the main page, you can see this is like the exact same thing, except now there's just this extra, this is like the actual tag. So this is why we don't want this. So it's duplicate pages is to show you all the details here of why this is like duplicate content. So there's lots of variations here that need to get cleaned up. And won't get into like how to fix that, but basically you want to no index all those pages and leave the root collection page indexed. Here, same sort of thing happens with blog posts if you use the tagging feature there. So I can just, something's going on with my mouse. So if we just do here in URL tagged, so these don't have that anymore. So those got removed. Let's see. Don't think they didn't have any of these either, but we can see here, what's this? Hi UT div. Kind of random name. Okay, so you can see, there's still a few of these index here. Let's see. There's, just a handful. But so these are just kind of like filter pages, and yeah, doesn't have really any value here. It's not too much different than, I mean, you just go to their blog. It's just kind of a filtered version of the same thing. So yeah, that's why don't need, like, it's fine to use tags to organize your pages, collections, products, or whatever. But yeah, we just don't need those actual tag pages to be indexed. That's the real issue here. And yeah, there's ways to fix that. To no index, update your code. Another big one is paginated URLs. So if you go to collection pages, usually there's a limit, maybe like 20 or 50 products that show. And then everything else is just paginated. So like you can click through. And the problem there is, let's see, is that, yeah, it's just kind of multiple. It's really like duplicate content here. That's okay. That page is broken. So maybe that one's gone. Yeah, maybe this site's not a great example here, but you can see, okay, page 3, like, and really like the core thing to remember, like, if you look at the URL, like, do you really want someone to find this page? Like, what's the value of, like, it's someone finding this page from search results? Like, it's fine if this page exists, but we just don't need this to show up in Google. So in this case, if they have, yeah, like load more, if there's like 4, 5, 6 or more pages like this showing up, just kind of cannibalizes or can reduce the ranking power of like the main gym page that you, or like here in this case, like women's gym clothes page. That's the real one you want to rank. And you see this actual like canonicalized not to the root page, but to the full like paginated URL. So just not ideal. Obviously, like this site's huge, like still doing well with all of these kind of technical things. But it's just best practice to remove that. And it's fine, like I said, if they exist, we just don't need those to be indexed in Google. So yeah, I think kind of made that clear enough. Similarly for product variants, so just cannibalize like the same product. So if you have like red, black, white variations of the same product and they're all indexed, usually isn't what you want. You could, like, there are some cases where, yeah, stores do that on purpose, just for like their own internal, just make sure everything's more organized on the front end. And yeah, this could work like if it's done well. But as you can see, these sort of variant pages, like they're just variant, like this long URL. And yeah, so it's actually like a paginated one too. So you can see how there's like, they can be like paginated tag pages with paginated product variant pages. Or URLs can have like multiple kind of issues with them here. And yeah, so variant, so you can just see, like, are they actually doing the, so rest day clothing? And if I go here, like what's going on? Rest day clothing. So it's, yeah, same thing. And yeah, I don't see the benefit here. It's probably just because, yeah, the variant just means could be like different filters applied, something like that cause it. And let's see if it, so it is canonicalized to the main like rest day clothing page, but still, if you have like multiple of these like variants, just not necessary, not ideal to have, say, like the same. You see, there's like probably a good example here. So they have, okay, they're teal shorts or whatever, and then there's probably like white or black, different colors. But if they all have different URLs, just not what you want. Really, it just kind of clutters everything for the index. That's why I want to remove variants that are indexed, because yeah, they're just carbon copies of the main pages, without, it usually just like a different color, different size, something like that, which is fine, like in terms of user experience, like someone shopping. But to have those like be completely new URLs is where kind of leads to the index bloat. So you can index the product variant, so they still exist, but just not able to be found in Google. Another type of page, so vendor collection pages. So if you use vendors like to sort, or you have different vendors created in the back end because you sell multiple brands, this is another type of page that you'll want to no index. So here, the store sells their own brand, so this doesn't really apply. Here, okay, so like it's fine to have these sort of pages, but as you can see, like the type of URL that get created by them, it's just doesn't look good. So vendors, and then it just has the name, and it's kind of like filtered by different products from that brand. And yeah, that's fine. And you should want to rank for the different vendors. So say here, well, I'm not sure or like say if you sell different types of shoes, so you have like your Nike, whatever men's shoes, Adidas men's shoes, to have those as their own page. But so you have like a collection page for that, but you don't want to have just like the default, these like collection and then vendors equals like Q equals Nike. It just looks terrible just from the user's perspective. And you can't really optimize this anyway, like update it to add unique content, internal links, stuff like that. So yeah, just best to just kind of scrap these pages, like remove them from the index, and then create actual like collection pages to be able to rank for them and just to have a cleaner type structure and everything. So yeah, I would no index those. Another one similar is just different product types. So just by the name, like these are, if you use the type field when messing with your products, you'll see these sort of pages show up. So here, the site doesn't. And this is like less common, not used as often, but it still can happen. Like different, here's one site I had found that does this, just to show more like concrete example here of what's going on. So product type, let's see. And you see here, these are like actual product types, but still it's like, what is this page? It's just, the title is just sweatshirt. So it's just, it doesn't say like even like their brand name sweatshirt or like what types of sweatshirts or anything. It's just general sweatshirt, kind of like a type, or kind of like those product tag pages where it's fine for like organizing things in the back end, but just not ideal. Like if someone actually trying to search for this page in Google, probably not. So let's just no index it. And that's pretty much it. So as you just learned, we've gone through just to see how to use not only the site colon operator, but also a lot of different variations here of how you can narrow that down to see specific collection products or any other types of page on your site. And of course, this applies to non-Shopify stores as well. Like you can do different ones, but for Shopify specifically, this really helps to be able to just see what's actually going on. Most of these pages should be indexed by default, and Shopify does create a lot of kind of duplicate pages here, which is what we really want to check and watch out for, and no index any ones that are indexed that we don't want them to be, basically. So if you're not even using some of these features, like say the different vendors or types, as you can see, like some of the searches that we did, they won't even show up, so that won't be an issue. So you don't even need to worry about no indexing those sort of pages if they don't even exist. But if you run these searches and you do see results that you don't want, you'll want to dig deeper into how to no index and potentially remove those pages from your robots.txt so they don't even get crawled in the first place, which I didn't even talk about crawlability here, just overall indexing. And just wanted to provide this quick summary of these main searches you can run for your Shopify store in order to clean up what pages show up in the Google index and improve your search results. So now you know exactly how to use and abuse the site colon search operator to check for indexing issues across your Shopify store. And really, this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to technical SEO checks for Shopify. For more information and to learn exactly how to no index each of these types of pages that we went over in this video, you can download the full 90-page technical SEO guide that you saw a preview of here in the description below. So there you'll learn about checking for broken links, site speed, and more technical SEO issues. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.